The pressure might be getting to Disney Star Wars and Lucasfilm. Daisy Ridley made some comments in an interview with Variety backing away from Sharmeen Obaid-Chinoy's promotion of the Rey film with feminist messaging. Before we get into this, I'd like to ask you, please hit that subscribe button, hit that bell for notifications so you don't miss any of our future videos here at the Trent Report. Let's get into this. Wrote this over at thatparkplace.com. Daisy Ridley tamps down Lucasfilm's feminist push with Sharmeen Obaid-Chinoy's Rey film. And indeed, there has been a feminist push. We recently saw Sharmeen Obaid-Chinoy tell CNN, "I'm very thrilled about the project because I think what we are about to create is something very special. And we are in 2024 now. And I think it's about time we had a woman come forward to shape the story in a galaxy far, far away." Obviously, right there, it's an absurd comment. She's trying to say that women haven't been shaping the story in a galaxy far, far away, which is just utterly ridiculous. There have been plenty of women who have done so. In fact, the entire Lucasfilm division at the Walt Disney Company is run by Kathleen Kennedy and has been run by her since 2012. So a woman has been shaping the story for over a decade. But nevertheless, trying to push that identity politics by claiming she's breaking some kind of barriers by directing a Star Wars film when the person running Lucasfilm, greenlighting everything, putting the kibosh on things, firing people is Kathleen Kennedy, who is a woman. So clearly trying to push that feminist ideology through this interview with CNN. And it wasn't the first time she'd done that. Back in May 2023, this is what she told Vice News. "My name is Sharmeen Obaid-Chinoy, and I'm creating the next Star Wars film. I'm excited about bringing Daisy Ridley back into the Star Wars galaxy. And in telling her story, I am excited to be immersed in the Jedi Academy. And I think there's so much excitement around the new Jedi Order. I've always kicked open doors that were previously closed. And I think my feeling is that there is a critical mass of women who have begun to move forward in places that were previously closed to them," indicating she's kind of part of this. Again, utterly absurd comment given the fact that Kathleen Kennedy runs Lucasfilm. So, again, just more feminist messaging, feminist talking points, feminist power grab comments. So, very clear that that's how she's trying to market this film, push herself. I know there's been rumors over from WDW Pro talking about the reason why she was doing this is to basically protect the film's budget from getting axed by the Walt Disney Company, the parent company to Lucasfilm. I think there's probably some I think that's believable because we saw how they weaponized identity politics against Ike Perlmutter. They sidelined him from the Marvel Cinematic Universe. They said he was the one who was blocking Black Panther. He was the one who was blocking Captain Marvel, yada, yada, yada. We find out later it had nothing to do with identity politics. He just wanted these people to keep their budgets tight. But they were able to sideline him and they eventually removed him from the company last year. So I think there's evidence to show that using woke identity politics within the Disney company is an effective strategy to either get someone you want out or potentially, as it sounds like what Sharmeen is doing, protect your film. But interestingly, Daisy Ridley seems to be dumping this whole feminist push that Sharmeen Obaid-Chinoy has engaged in. She was asked this by Variety's Rebecca Rubin. "You're reprising your role as Rey in a new Star Wars movie directed by Sharmeen Obaid-Chinoy. How will the franchise's first female filmmaker impact the series?" Ridley said, "The short answer is I don't know. I'm excited to do the job, but not because Sharmeen is a woman." So I think right there, that's really profound. Daisy Ridley saying she's excited to do the job, but not because Sharmeen is a woman. She's rejecting this whole idea that this film is so great. It's so awesome because a woman is finally doing it. There's a critical mass of women doing it. She's rejecting the gender identity politics that Sharmeen Obaid-Chinoy has used to market, promote, and potentially protect the film's budget. And Daisy Ridley is saying, no, that's not why I'm interested in this film. She goes on to compliment Sharmeen. She says, her documentaries are amazing. Her idea for the story is cool as crap. No spoilers, but she gave me a rundown of the entire story. If it weren't amazing, I would have been like, okay, call me in 5 years, but it's worthwhile. So she's actually saying she's doing it because of the story. And who knows? Maybe the story is feminist. And so maybe she can say like, "Oh, it's not because she's a woman, but because the story is feminist, she can get away with that." But we don't know. We really don't know what the story is. It's Lucasfilm, the Force is female, so it probably is, right? Especially given comments we've seen from Kathleen Kennedy about how it connects with James Mangold's Origin of the Force film and all that stuff. It's very easy to connect dots when you realize that these people are all about the agenda. So I'm leaning on the fact that that is a huge possibility, but I'm also find it really interesting that she is distancing herself from the feminist talking points in the interview, which seems to me that maybe someone over there at Lucasfilm, the Walt Disney Company, has realized this type of promotion kills your projects, drives your audience away, literally does not get butts in seats, it gets butts out of seats. It is the opposite of what you're supposed to be doing. They finally realized that all of their little short-term identity politics crap that they've done has destroyed their Star Wars brand, and just maybe they're trying to do some small course correction here. Now, that's obviously giving them a huge benefit of the doubt, and I'm not sure that's actually what's happening. But maybe there is something to it. But I don't trust the Walt Disney Company or Lucasfilm. But I do find her comments interesting here. And it's something she's kind of said a little bit before. Earlier this month, she was speaking with outlet Allocine. She told them, once I knew what the story was and everything, I knew that it was something I really wanted to do. I think it's a really fantastic exploration of the Star Wars world. It's a really cool way of taking the story on in a bit of a different direction. So obviously that is highly concerning, especially since it's supposed to be connected with the origin of the Force and all of that stuff. Um, and we do know a little bit about the story, right? Kathleen Kennedy told IGN at Star Wars Celebration back in April. We're 15 years out from Rise of Skywalker, so we're kind of post-war, post-First Order, and the Jedi are in disarray. And there's a lot of discussion around who are the Jedi, what are they doing, what's the state of the galaxy, and she's attempting to rebuild the Jedi Order based on the books, based on what she promised Luke. So that's where we're going. Obviously, this is stealing Luke Skywalker's story from the expanded universe, where he is the one who rebuilt the Jedi Order. So obviously, you already have that kind of feminism baked in, but maybe they're trying to hide it now through their promotional material. But I do find it really interesting that she is walking away from this idea of promoting the film based on gender identity. Let me know what you guys make of this. What do you think about Daisy Ridley's comments here about the upcoming Rey film being directed by Sharmeen Obaid-Chinoy? Let me know in the comments below. Remember to always be charitable, but to always speak the truth.